We will now allow for relaxation, meditation, so that you may all become comfortable in the space that you have chosen to be in this day, in sharing with us this moment. Become relaxed. And as you focus on what is presented to you in your vision and in your music, in sights and sounds, in light and vibration, allow yourself to drift and dream with us, and allow yourself to come with us and take our hands as we once again crystallize the idea of the 5 steps of passage through the eye of the needle. Allow yourselves to breathe gently and deeply, softly, and treat yourselves with kindness, and treat all with kindness and gentility as you now walk with us through this passage, through this process, through the eye of the needle. Continue to breathe deeply in and out, and allow yourselves to let go, to forgive all who may have trespassed and transgressed. Whether intentional or accidental matters not, for all have their own processes, and their processes no longer need to hold you back from your self-empowerment. So in this moment as you breathe, feel the forgiveness of letting go, being truly free course through your body. Feel the cords to the past snapping, breaking. Feel the chains breaking, dropping. Feel freedom flowing through you. Let go, forgive. Do not dwell where you do not belong. You do not live there anymore. You are in the now, in the eye of the needle, in the passage, in the present. Forgive, forgive, and let go. Continue to breathe easily, comfortably, gently, and begin to feel more freedom coursing through you. As you forgive yourself for anything that has been out of alignment, any reaction, any belief system you have held on to. No excuses, no more. No justifications to hold on to anything from the past anymore. No explanations that make it seem logical to do so anymore. No words are necessary at this moment. Just forgive yourself as you have forgiven all others, no matter what they have done. Let them go and let yourself go, so you may move forward in this time of passage through the eye of the needle toward us, toward a new reality. Let go as you forgive yourself. You no longer need to hold on. Just let go. It's all behind you now. It is only time to move forward now. So let go. You'll be fine. It is time to go with your flow and allow your flow to show you where you need to go. Continue to breathe. And as you continue to let go of the past self, the past personality, with its built-in justifications and victimizations and anchors and excuses that make it seem that it is necessary to hold on to the past personality that no longer serves you. Break free from those cords and those chains. They are necessary no longer. They do not serve you any longer. Learn the lessons you have learned. Bring the knowledge with you, but only in the positive sense. For you do not need to go back. You do not need to revisit. The past personality is gone. Let it dissolve into mist. Let it dissolve into the mists of time. The past is gone. A vapor that blows away in a new wind coming from the future. Breathe in that new, rarefied, clear, crystal air. And hear in that wind the voice of the future self, calling to you, the higher mind, reminding you of who you truly are, and have the clear vision of the preferred self in its behaviors, in its experiences, in its emotions, in its thoughts. Let the future version of you inform you. Let it whisper to you, and let the whisper become louder and more real. And let it pull you through the eye of the needle. Let it pull you home. Your true home awaits on the other side of the eye of the needle. Let the future you entice you and pull you through the eye to the place that you prefer to live, the vibrational reality that is more truly reflective of the indestructible you, the effervescent you, the joyful you, the you that experiences the freedom of truly being yourself. For you have been forgiven by yourself, and you have let go of all reflections by forgiving all others as well that would anchor you to the past where you no longer live. Feel free to move through the eye, to float through the eye of the needle now, being pulled by the future self toward your truth, toward a new reality, a new vibration of clarity and wonderment and magic. As you move more into your true present self and allow space and time to begin to be more flexible, more fluid, to be more magical. Breathe in the now. Live in the now. There is no other place, there is no other time, but the here and the now on the other side of the eye of the needle. Allow yourself to let go and float through and arrive home on the other side so that you may continue to remain in contact with us and others like us. For it is never we that go away. It is only you that make the choices that prevent you from experiencing us constantly in contact with you. We are always here, always now. Be here now with us, and we shall move forward together into the grand, beautiful, magical unknown that will only reveal more and more and more of our true selves together as we walk hand in hand in a new world, in a new reality, breaking free from the cocoon of the past, being free by having forgiven all and ourselves, and letting the future and the higher mind and the spirit call to us and heeding that call. and being that call, and being that you. Continue to breathe deeply, gently, and be kind to others and yourself. Be kind. Continue to breathe as you allow your music and lights to play, and take it all in and breathe it all in as something new and fresh, something clear and clean, something revitalizing and invigorating. Awaken the inner light in your own being. And remember once again, as you continue to drift in this dream with us, and as you pass through the eye of the needle on the other side, those who dwell in fear and darkness, you flow to them your unconditional love and forgiveness, so that it may awaken their inner light if they so choose, so that they may truly serve all beings on the new earth you will find yourselves upon on the other side of the eye of the needle. Be at peace and welcome home. Ha'atu Aveo. Find yourself drifting and dreaming in a new reality when you awaken, a new vibration, and though time may still stretch out for a while on the other side of the eye of the needle, allow yourselves to know that you have, by letting go, truly letting go, passed through the center point, the eye of the needle, the passage of truth that strips you of all things that are no longer relevant for the true you prefer to be. Be in love, be in light, and be at peace. Sweet dreams, our unconditional love to you all. Good day.
Hey Bashar, great to speak to you again.
And you as well. Please proceed, however your imagination so desires. What would you like to discuss with us this day?
Well, obviously I think, you were pretty much on the mark when you said 2020 was going to be nuts and crazy, but we didn't realize how much.
Well, yes, we couldn't necessarily give you too much information or we would have caused a panic.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of panic now. But I wanted to ask about the virus specifically. Was it bioengineered or was it just a natural occurrence?
Natural occurrence. It is the result of the destruction of various ecosystems on your planet that allow the virus that would naturally be contained in that ecosystem to spread farther than it normally would and find new hosts, because many of its own hosts, which would be the animals in the ecosystem, have been eliminated through the destruction of the ecosystem. Therefore, viruses will then seek out new niches to inhabit, which will now include humanity.
So what's the solution to this? Because a lot of people like Bill Gates have been talking about vaccinating the planet, which there's quite a lot of us who don't agree with that. So what is the solution?
Well, we cannot necessarily tell you which way to go. We will have to leave that up to you and your own choices. But obviously, since we are talking about the destruction of certain ecological systems, one solution would be the restoration of those systems rather than the continued destruction on your planet. Also, the reduction of fear-based belief systems, negative energy that is causing stress around your world since 2016 has diminished the immune system of most people on your planet by being put in exceedingly stressful situations of uncertainty and therefore a rebalancing of the energy and an outputting of more positive energy would also be of some assistance to the collective consciousness so that the immune system will not be compromised in the way that it has been for the past several years.
So some people have been using vitamin C and quinine and things like that too.
I cannot discuss specific remedies that go into health issues because we are not allowed to discuss health issues in the physical sense of giving you cures.
Okay.
Now, as we have said previously, however, you can always begin with information we have already delivered on that subject, which means make sure that you are detoxified as much as you possibly can, so that at the very least, the nutrients that you do manage to put in your bodies will actually take hold in the cellular structure and allow your body to repair itself as best as it possibly can in the circumstances and strengthen your immune system. So detoxification of the pollutants that exist in your society that then get lodged in your cellular structures and prevent nutrients from being absorbed would be the first step, so that whatever you do intake will remain in your cellular structure, will be able to even get into your cellular structure by being as thoroughly detoxified as you possibly can be. That's all we are allowed to say about the idea of any particular physiological remedying that may go on in your system. Other than that, we cannot advise for the idea of health issues with respect to remedies and cures.
Okay, thank you for that. And in terms of like the Sasani Collective, you know, I mean, and the civilizations you're aware of watching this, but it feels like we're in some sort of reality TV show. So
in a sense, you are.
Yeah, let's call it Earth 2020. So what do they make of this virus episode that could you ask the collective?
As we have already said, we recognize that you are going through what we call the eye of the needle. It is an important time of compression. The fact that you have created a situation where you're isolating yourselves, sequestering yourselves, distancing yourselves, gives you a sparkling opportunity to go within, to reassess your belief systems, to strip away those that don't serve you, so that you may in fact be capable of more effortlessly passing through what we call the eye of the needle to the other side. This is the midpoint. This is the crossing point. This is why we said 2020 was a very pivotal year in terms of what it is that is potentially possible and probable for you to experience on the other side of this. So it is an opportunity for you to strip away those things that are not you. Let go, let go, let go of the past ideas. Learn from them, but don't anchor to them. Don't repeat the ideas of what you used to be, but instead allow yourselves, as we said, to be informed by your future selves so that you can be guided effortlessly through this very, very narrow eye of the needle, which will not allow things that are not you to pass easily through it. So streamlining yourselves down by letting go of those belief systems that do not serve you and adopting only those ones that are true for you will be the whole point of what's going on in the center of this transformational period, passing through the eye of the needle.
Well, thank you for that. And when do you see this virus ending?
As long as it has already been going on in your general awareness, about 3.5 months of your time will be the amount of time on the other side of this particular point as well, before you will find yourselves going into a state where you feel that things are settling down somewhat. This doesn't mean that it may not reoccur, but the idea is that this passage is about half a year long, and you are in the middle of it.
Okay. And I feel kind of like when you said 2020 was going to be crazy, I feel like there's a lot more to come. And
there will be, but again, how you experience it depends upon what it is you let go of, so that when you get on the other side of the eye of the needle, the other side of that passage, you'll be able to handle whatever it is that does crop up from that point forward in a much more effective and positive way.
Would one of the things that may come up be as you read the energy now, would it be like a prelude to maybe President Trump announcing without a doubt that we're in contact with extraterrestrials?
We cannot make this prediction.
Okay, thank you for that. The other thing I wanted to ask was, in terms of the actual name of it, coronavirus, obviously corona means crown. So is this in any way...
Corona means halo.
Halo, sorry.
Like the halo, the corona of the sun.
Yes.
It is named that way because of the halo of protrusions around the virus.
Ah, right. Okay. So in terms of the people who are, say, I'm experiencing a lot of different realities all at once at the moment. Sometimes it feels like it's fake, all this. Sometimes it feels very real.
Yes.
Sometimes it's in the middle.
Yes.
Is that because of all the parallel realities converging?
Yes. This is the time, and we will be in an upcoming transmission talking more specifically about this idea of the converging parallel realities in a transmission soon called the Parallel Reality Wheel, to give you more understanding and conscious awareness and efficacy in working with all of the different overlapping parallel reality versions of Earth you are now experiencing in this transitional period. Yes.
And in terms of the human trafficking that Donald Trump's trying to eradicate now, is that partly linked to...
Cannot comment on your political situation to that degree.
Okay. In terms of the hybrid children, is there anything they can do for us to help us, or is anything...
They are doing everything that they possibly can. Please, all of you, understand this very important point. We are all doing everything that can already be done. We are giving you all the assistance we can possibly be allowed to give you. You don't have to ask for more than you're being given. You simply have to become more aware of what it is you're already getting.
Right. It feels like there's a huge awakening taking place.
There is.
Is that the whole point of this?
It is the whole point. Becoming more of yourself through this transformation. How you do it is up to you, but we would strongly encourage you, as we always have, to let go of those things that are not you, those fear-based beliefs, to streamline yourself so that any transformation and any transitional passage can be experienced in the most effortless way. It's about discovering yourself from a new point of view.
Thank you. There's a lot of fear coming from like the media, and they're constantly feeding it. So what would be some good solutions to overcome that?
As we have already said, let go of the idea of matching the frequencies of fear-based belief systems. Recognize through your own honest self-investigation and discernment what is and isn't relevant for the reality that you prefer. You have the ability to choose. Make a decision.
What do you expect a reality in terms of what we prefer coming out of the other side of this? What can we expect to see? Because
it will still take time. It will still take time. But this is the opportunity to practice knowing how to live in the reality you prefer through the actions that you take that would be representative of the actions you would be taking if you already lived in that reality. So it's about people allowing themselves to let their behavior be more truly reflective and representative of the reality they prefer to live in, so that they can navigate themselves through the different parallel realities to one that is more reflective and representative of the actions they are taking.
Right. Yeah, I've noticed this, that I've been quite excited in some ways through all this and observing. I've not been really entering the fear really, and I've just felt like I've been observing it.
A neutral place is a good place to be, for then you are in the balance point and can make decisions more clearly by not allowing yourself to necessarily succumb to the vibrations you don't prefer, recognizing more clearly, more consciously what is going on and making the decisions that are apropos for the person you prefer to be, recognizing that those that don't match belong to another reality that you don't live in.
Yes. And you know, in 2016, when you're in the State of the Union seminar, when your father passed on the prediction about there being in the next 4 years from then a terrorist attack on a global level, is this in any way linked to that? Because he also mentioned an economic collapse soon after that.
It is somewhat connected, but again, we will not make predictions at this time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. And say hello to my hybrid kids.
You may do so as well.
Thank you. Shivai.
Ha'atu.